Is the Sea of Thieves worth playing here and now in 2024 and beyond? Well, I've been playing a bit of this today on PC. This is footage I captured earlier. I did play this back in the day when it was released on Xbox. I actually bought it on day one and I quite liked it for a while but fell off because I could find no one to play with because I'm a Billy No Mates. I have got friends actually, I'll have you know, except no one I know wants to play this game. So, as a solo experience, I found it lacking. Again today, I have been playing solo. I've actually spent a bit of time with this. This is very, very early in the game where it gives you tutorials to do and eases you into the game. Now, this is not a complicated game to get into, far from it, but I think it's difficult to master. I think it's fair to say that. Now, I'm crap at this game. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. The sailing mechanic in the game is fantastic. Actually, with that said, the graphics on the sea, this is a weird thing to say, but the graphics of the sea is some of the best sea I've seen in a video game. Even though it's like a cartoony style, I love it. And I think because of the cartoony graphics, it allows the game to excel even on a mid-range PC. This isn't a demanding game, far from it. So, yeah, whatever your rig, you'll probably get some fun out of this game. Is it worth playing? It's not going to be a long video, guys. Is this worth playing? I don't like having to make people wait around for conclusion, trying to trick them into watching the entire video. So I'll tell you now, and then you can just jump off if you want. How's that? Yes, it's worth playing with friends. Is this worth playing solo? No. So I can imagine this being incredibly fun with friends, but alone, I'm already scratching my head as to what to do next in this. Whereas multiplayer, there's lots of factions, there's loads more to do, or rather, doing the stuff that there is to do in this game, especially the PvP, like fights with other ships and that kind of thing, will be extremely fun with another player. I struggle doing my sails and steering the ship and all that kind of thing on top of having to look at the map. I think this game is designed with co-op in mind. Multiplayer, for sure. And some of you guys be like, I could just read a review of the original game, Mike. You know, it's like, what's this video about? What's changed? From what I can gather, there is a lot of stuff that has been added, like the rowing boat. I don't think the rowing boat was in the game at release. I might be wrong on that. And when you first boot up the game, it'll tell you, I think it's season 24 now, and it'll tell you what's been added there. There's some Christmas stuff. I think there's some Monkey Island tie-in, which fascinates me because I love Monkey Island on the Amiga, going way back now. Combat feels tighter than when it first released, although it is still, it's an afterthought. You can't really take the hand-to-hand combat seriously in this because it's not really about that. I think it's fine. It's very basic. Same goes for the gunplay. It's fun setting traps and all that kind of thing. Again, I don't know if setting traps was a thing when it first released. It's had bug fixes. It doesn't keep crashing to desktop as it did when I tried it on PC a few years ago. On Xbox, it was extremely buggy at launch, I seem to remember. They've been ironed out. For a AAA game, which I think this is, it still is a bit buggy, but it's a much, much better experience now. And also, it's on Game Pass, guys. It's been on Game Pass forever. So if you've got Game Pass, as I have, then it's not going to cost you extra to try this. It's well worth a play. But again, I'm going to try and get my friend Dave, who appears on the channel, big shout out to Dave. I'm going to try and get Dave to jump on this game with me, because I think there's some fun here in co-op, exploring the high seas, because it does the pirate thing well. I've got a soft spot for any pirate-themed video game. I mean, I loved Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I want there to be a remake of that. A 4K 60 frames per second remake, please, Ubisoft. And speaking of Ubisoft, there is Skull and Bones, which is supposed to be not even a AAA game. It's supposed to be 4As. Skull and Bones is supposed to be terrible. I have not tried it, so I cannot comment on that. But yeah, Sea of Thieves, it's worth playing. It is worth playing. It's worth a look solo if you think you can handle being a pirate all alone. But you will get taken out on the seas by other players time and time again. So if you're a glutton for punishment, maybe. I mean, back in the days of Ark Survival Evolved, going off subject a little bit, I'd play that solo and loved it, but I had more patience then. I don't know if I've got the patience for Sea of Thieves on my own because I've been taken out by other players quite a few times. I've got no backup. It's a cool-ass video game, this is. I actually think it's underrated. I will make that point again. Find some friends. I'm sure many of you watching this play online with your mateys. If you're on Xbox, if you're on PC, download this game. Even if you have to sign up for Game Pass for 1 month. Game Pass Ultimate, I think. I don't think it's on the basic Game Pass. I might be wrong. Download it. Pay for a month. Download this. Play it with your friends. And let me know in the replies what it's like co-op. Because again, I wouldn't know. Hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Hope you found it helpful. Look out for more worth playing videos in 2025. I'm going to try and do far more of these. So basically, just going back to games that at release weren't the best, but have since had a resurgence of sorts. Cyberpunk being a good example of that. Cyberpunk 2077, is that worth playing? The video's somewhere on the playlist. I'll tell you now, hell yes. One of my favourite video games of all time now. Anyway, I'll speak to you all soon.